Chris, come on, Chris.
See? So,
you just want me to talk, or you're going to ask questions?
I'm going to ask you questions.
Oh, okay. So my name is Ramtin. I'm the head of innovation for SpareBank1 SR-Bank here in Norway, which is a regional bank in the southern parts of Norway, stretching from Bergen, which we are here today, in the west, all the way to Oslo in the east. I mean, there's so many reasons that we're here because, as you said, this is one of the biggest events here in Norway, and I think it's very important that the community comes together and supports when we have this type of opportunity to collaborate. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening here these 2 days, but also in Norway in general. So I think we, as an incumbent bank, have to take responsibility, support the ecosystem, but also see how we can collaborate with the fintechs here. Right now, it's the democratization of finance is still a very, very hot topic. We have actually been talking to one of the companies that we have invited here today, which is called Unlisted. It's a Norwegian company. I think I briefly mentioned them for you last year as well. They work on trying to democratize the unlisted shares for companies in order to democratize the value creation of companies. A truly cool company and platform. Which is obviously one thing that we have focus on. But in general, what has been kind of rising the past, I would say 2-3 months, and has been a quite hot topic in different conferences, is the innovation capacity in the financial industry. Okay. That is a very nice topic because I think it's important to understand the conditions in which the banks operate. And if you want to increase the innovation capacity of the banks, we need to understand those conditions and we need to navigate them in a good way in order to make innovation flourish in the banks. Because the debate that we just had downstairs was that the banks obviously deliver very good results. We have seen DNB, the largest bank in Norway, have produced 39 billion NOK yearly results. The bank I work for has always also been creating good results from the year before. But that slows down innovation. Because what is the incentive to drive innovation when you're doing so well? And that is a paradox. I think a lot of the banks and the industry in general, to a certain extent, don't want to acknowledge. They don't want to acknowledge that. But we need to understand how can we produce a hunger, how can we produce a sense of urgency in order to drive forward innovation. Because the Scandinavian countries, not only pointing to Norway, but also Denmark and Sweden, we have good technology, we have digitized society. Why not export this type of industry to other parts of the world and show that we are leading this area? It's really tough, and it's difficult to raise the questions to the right audiences. Because I want to elevate the dialogue, not only to talk about one bank or the other bank, but for the entire industry. If you look back the past 20 years in Norway, what has been really radical innovations? We have had VIPs. I could say the same thing about Denmark. What has been the radical innovations within the financial industry in Denmark? It's more or less the same products and services, right? So how can we really increase the innovation capacity and build an industry which is forward-thinking and trying to build better products and services for the customers? Wow, that's a good question. 3 words to describe. I would say open, inclusive, and awesome.
Awesome. Open, inclusive, and awesome.
Yeah.
Ramtin, thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you, Chris.
Always great talking to you.
Thanks.